Hello, I'm Psycho, and today I'm going to be talking about Tokyo Revengers. This video isn't really the typical style of videos I normally make, but I personally really enjoyed the series of Tokyo Revengers, so please bear with me. Most, or at least a few of you, are probably manga readers. However, if you're not, don't worry, I won't spoil anything. I'll mainly be talking about what the anime has produced so far and my thoughts and opinions on the anime. However, I'd love to make a video for the manga readers as well, but I guess we just have to wait and see. At the time of me making this video, there's only been around 7 episodes so far. I don't really know how long the anime will continue for, but hopefully someday I'll catch up to the manga at around 206 chapters and continuing. As I said earlier, I'm only going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions, so don't expect a very deep analysis. I'm only going to be talking about why I enjoy the show and why I like it so much. However, I'll also be explaining a few bad things about the show. Enough of me talking gibberish and let's talk about it. Starting off, let's talk about our MC Takemichi. I think Takemichi is a good MC, but to be honest, I think he's a bit too generic. You may hate me for this comparison, but in a way, he has a personality like Naruto, never leaving his friends behind and always trying to help them. However, there's a lot of MCs like this, but Naruto is the only one I can think of while recording this. But I guess you can say he's unique if we're adding in his ability to go back in time. There is, in fact, a certain qualification to go back in time. However, for the sake of this video, I can't say that. Takemichi makes a huge impact on the story, but I guess it's predictable considering he's the main character. Personally, I haven't seen any anime with middle schoolers who fight and try to kill each other, but I think that's one of the reasons that makes the show admirable and enjoyable. The anime is unique to the name. Throughout each episode, I've never really felt bored or wanting to stop watching. There's a good balance between fighting and some chill, fun, or funny moments. And I guess you can say each time Takemichi goes to the future, there's a new arc and how everything he's done all leads to one point or one direction, no pun intended. However, in the manga, it gets more complicated. I wanted to make some references, however, if we're trying to compare it, there's nothing too similar to the dynamic of Tokyo Revengers and what it's about. One of the most crucial and personally my favorite character, Sano Manjiro, or otherwise known as Mikey, plays a key role in the story as so far he's the strongest character we know. Mikey has a really unique character. He's one of the most, if not the most mysterious characters in the show. If we look back on the story, do we really know anything about Mikey? That's personally why I think he's one of the most mysterious, but also, as I said earlier, he's one of the key characters. But we also need to put in perspective, he is the captain, or I guess you can say the creator of the Tokyo Manji gang. Him and Ryuji Ken, or otherwise known as Draken, are the most relied on characters because they're the strongest, but also the most mysterious. Shifting our focus back on Takemichi, I think Takemichi is also one of the best characters, but that's looking from someone else's perspective. I think he's a good MC, but as a character I wish he was a little different, but the way he is greatly impacts the story and helps other characters out. By far, Takemichi has one of the strongest wills in the show, or if not, the strongest. The main antagonist is Kisaki Teta, and oh boy, I think he's a perfect antagonist for the series. But sadly, I can't say too much about Kisaki because he hasn't made his appearance in the anime yet. Everyone makes him out to be scary, and honestly, I agree with them. As they said in the anime, Kisaki is a mastermind. He has the power to control people like puppets, as stated in the anime. Shifting our focus on the opening, I think the opening is really good, and the song and everything fits perfectly, but the whole intro was all spoilers. You may think not, but watching it over, almost the whole intro is spoilers or misled information. I also think the censorship will screw up the anime, considering if you've seen episode 7, Pachin in the manga was so much more beat up, and considering the anime is about fighting, stabbing, killing, etc., it's gonna screw up the anime and it won't be the best it can, because some of the key moments in the manga won't be as good in the anime. However, they won't take away from the actual story too much, so I think it won't affect the anime too bad. But it will probably still take away from the story and how everything is portrayed. I love the main story because it's unique, and every part of the show is needed to understand the full story. But what I like most about Tokyo Revengers is that the most unexpected things can happen and will happen that makes the show even more enjoyable. That's really all my thoughts and opinions on Tokyo Revengers. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can sub if you want to, but thank you guys for watching. I don't think she know me, but I know I love her. She won't call me, but she know my number. She will hold me, she won't hold me, never happy. I'm never happy. I don't think she know me, but I know I love her. She won't call me, but she know my number. She will hold me, she won't hold me, never happy. I'm never happy. You might not need me.